So, it's been a minute since I've vlogged because, to be honest, now I don't watch telly. I have too much to do with the drama and I have too much to say. But I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, but it's delicate because it can offend some people. So I'll just put this out there. This is not done to shame anyone or make anyone feel bad about their appearance or anything like that. This is just an observation that I have noted. Now, the government or powers that be, whoever you are, there's been this conspiracy. I'm going to say that because it's easier. We can't say it's a fact because we get banned. That they're trying to lower the population. Now, quite a lot of us know that that's probably the case. Now, as it happens, one of the biggest things they're doing it with is the food chain. Now, being menopausal as well, um, obviously your body changes a lot, so you have to change a lot of things. Now, in 2018, prior to 2018, actually, I've always cycled, walked. I had a job that was physical for quite some time. I was in IT before I got out of it in 2003. So I've always walked a lot of steps, always been quite physical. I got rid of my car and I had car share with my dad. I have done for the last 10 years because it's easier to cycle places and walk. So I've always been quite physically fit, but always been slightly overweight up until now. I'll say now, 2018. So I say slightly overweight, like literally half a stone to a stone fluctuation, not anything special. But in 2018, I started going to the gym, not for vanity reasons. Let's just get this clear. For mental health reasons. I don't like being a girl, so if my arms are more muscular, I feel my triceps are there and I feel like I've got muscles, in my head, I'm okay. Don't give a flying fuck what other people think. Because, quite frankly, if I give a fuck what other people think, I wouldn't be doing it because men don't like women with muscles. Some get intimidated by it, and some just find it repulsive. Right? And other women are like, because you get to a point in fitness that when you start looking fit, women are like, because you've got no fat on you. Like it's some kind of, you know. So anyway, I do this. This is my workout. Look, I've done Mondays today. How many people have been to the gym and do their Monday workout? I have to, because it messes with my mental health if not. Most people are probably hanging out their arse because they've had a good time. It's bank holiday, which is where I come to. I went to a music festival on Saturday. I sometimes go both days. This year I only went one day and I went with a good friend. Friday, we broke up from work. So Friday, usually on a Friday, I finish work, I'll come home, I'll have a herbal delight, and I might have a beer. And when I say a beer, I literally mean a beer. A singular beer. Either 1 pint, if I go to the pub, it's probably usually two. But at home, I don't go to the pub very often anymore, on a Friday, I have 1 can, 440 ml of alcohol. Okay, 1 can or 1 bottle. And I actually quite like how 1 bottle and a herbal delight makes me feel. Because you feel like fighting, woo! So you get insightful things. That's all I do. I go to bed most nights around 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock. That's late. Obviously I can stay up later if I'm going somewhere. So Friday, basically I ate normal food all day. I'd done my normal workout. I had 1 beer and I had a couple of joints. Got up Saturday morning and I said to the person I went to the festival with, I said, look, listen, food's not stupidly expensive there, but it would be junk food. And obviously junk food's junk food. So let's just fill ourselves up with a load of protein and carbs that will keep you satiated. And I don't care who you are. If you're British, you will know there's a full English breakfast, whether you have the bacon or not, bacon, whatever you have. A full English breakfast will keep you satiated to at least 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we went to the Weatherspoons, which is a cheap place. and I ordered a large vegetarian breakfast, which consists of 3 vegetarian sausages, mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, 3 hash browns, 2 slices of bread, 2 eggs. I think that's it. I think the total calorie was 1,318 calories. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. So, as someone who usually eats unless they're going to the gym, I can eat 2,110 calories without no exercise. Potentially, I could eat 2,500 when I go to the gym. I don't always. But 1,300 calories, I'm like, oh, we're already knee deep. We also ordered a can of craft beer because a can of craft beer in there's £3 and it comes not popped. So we put that in our bag because I was driving. So we drove to Milton Keynes, parked the car up. This was about 1, 2 o'clock, and we both had a can of stout. It was a caramel stout with no lactose. Great, no milk. So I had that. That's another 250 calories. So we're sitting at 1,600 calories before I've even got to the festival. We've got to the festival and we got there at, I think it was 1:30, something like that. And we left there about 7. So I knew I couldn't drink much because obviously I'd be over the limit. I had 2 pints of beer. So that's another what? 500 calories. So I'm now at 2,000 odd calories, right? I had potato on a stick, which was basically potato that's been swirled like that, fried, and put on a stick. And it's literally a jacket potato on a stick. Fried. That's probably another 400 calories. So now I'm over my calories. I'm at like 2,300, 2,400. I had a coffee and a cake. So by the time I left the festival, I was at about 2,700 calories. We left the festival, come back to Bedford. We had these almonds that are mint almonds that have got chocolate and mint round them. And we both ate that between us. That's another, what, 300 calories. So I'm at 3,000 calories. I didn't have any tea. Now, we did discuss the fact that we might get a takeaway on the way home, but we left the festival and I'm like, I'm not hungry. And he's like, no, nor am I. I'm like, right, so let's just go back, get stoned, go from there. We came back to the flat. I don't think we had a shot. Shot, shot. I'm pretty sure we didn't have a shot of anything. No, we didn't. We had I think I had a decaf coffee. He might have had a coffee. We had a couple of joints, and we devoured a packet of mint and dark chocolate almonds. So my total calorie count for that particular day was about 3,000 calories, which is over what I should eat. Now, on that particular day, Saturday, I done 18,254 steps, which is 8.23 miles, which is probably about 3,000 steps more than I'd normally do in a day, right? And it was a Saturday, so I didn't do a workout. So I'm still, what, 600 calories over my quota. Sunday, I woke up. Yesterday, Sunday, like yesterday, that was. Look how many. I've done 6,352 steps. What did I do yesterday? Where did I go? 2.8 miles. Where did I go? I must have gone somewhere. Must have walked somewhere. Did I walk to Sainsbury's? Walk to Sainsbury's. I can't even remember what I did yesterday. I didn't go out of the house. I'm pretty sure. Did I go out of the house? I'm pretty sure I didn't go out. I went to the garden. I sat in the garden, walked around the garden a little bit. So, just walking around in general, and I've got to, step on it. It's not like I'm by my phone. Yesterday, I had porridge in the morning. No, I didn't have porridge in the morning. I had half a can of baked beans that was left, a slice of toast for my breakfast. Lunchtime, I had a bagel with 2 falafels in and some salad and a packet of lentil crisps, which was 68 calories. And for tea, I had new potatoes, two fish fingers because I buy these cod fish fingers. Anyone who doesn't know, I do eat the occasional bit of fish, and I do eat eggs. It's the only animals I can kill or nick out of a whatever. That's my philosophy. And broccoli. So yesterday I didn't eat. I didn't even eat 2,000 calories. Not that I compensated. I just weren't hungry, right? And I had, what did I have yesterday? Oh, I did have a rum and ginger, a single rum and ginger with my evening meal. Today, it's Monday, bank holiday. I've got up. I've done 1,418 steps already. It's what, quarter to 11. And I've done my Monday workout. Monday workout and Tuesday workout. Sorry, Monday and these two workouts here are home workouts. No, they're not. The top two are home workouts, and the bottom one's a gym workout. You can see my Monday workouts massively bigger, but more. Yeah, because I find that it's easier to get that out of the way. Anyway, being menopausal, I found that going to the gym every day, right, for most of the population is not something they can consistently do. Because you get these people, oh, it's all right for you, you look good. I'm like, yeah, but I go to the gym 4 times a week and I've done consistently for the last 7 years. You can't go consistently for a month. So if you go consistently, you will see change. If you eat consistently, you will see change, right? If you do something consistently, it builds up. When you're menopausal on top of that, consistency goes out the window. Motivation goes out the window. You have to kick yourself up the arse to get out the door. And excuse the pun, because you're not allowed to use it, you have to man up. So I just happen to be good at kicking myself up the arse. I don't dwell in little fucking depressing bits. I don't suffer from depression or some kind of anxiety disorder or bipolar or anything like that, right? I'm lucky in that sense because I'm quite capable of lifting myself back out of the hole. I get down, I get miserable, I have times when I'm not dormant, dormant and stuff like that and hermit. And I don't actually spend much time with people anymore because they drain me and I'm sick and tired of being hurt by people in some sense. So because I'm caring, thoughtful, and understanding, and a lot of people aren't. So it's easier if I'm quite happy in my own space and in my own company and with my own tribe of people, right? But I look out there and I consistently see people constantly eating shit, not walking anywhere. If you look at my steps, right, and my steps aren't even high. I used to be a postman for frick's sake. Let's have a look. 18,000, right? Day before 19,000. Day before 13. Day before 15. Day before 18. Day before 30. Now, admittedly, if you live somewhere like the United States of America, I've been there, Florida, it's quite hard to walk because there aren't many sidewalks, they call them. We call them pavements. There aren't many of them. And they make it quite hard for you to do that. But so many people don't walk and then eat far too much over processed food. Like the amount of people who are diabetic at work and they're not even that overweight. They're just like, oh, I've got to cut out carbs. And like, you don't need to cut out carbs are the fuel your body uses. You just need to eat them in smaller quantities and not as they're concentrated. It's like if I take a singular banana and eat it, and then another singular banana and eat it. How many bananas could I actually physically eat in a row before I'd feel full up? 4 or 5? And you'd be like, oh, oh. But you can put 12 bananas in a smoothie and down it in one hit. What do you think that does to your insulin levels, your sugar levels? Your pancreas is like, shit, 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 shit. It can't constantly go more, 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 more on fucking full drive all the time. But you need sugar. If you haven't got sugar, your body converts it because your brain runs on glucose and fructose. When you're sitting like this, I'm sitting here like this, not moving, just moving my mouth. My body is burning 80% fat at the moment and probably about 20% carbs. When I start doing this, my carb increase. I'm now burning more carbs here directly because the glycon pockets in my muscles that are like little mini squidgy, whatever, store sugar in them, glucose in them, like a direct energy source. Like graphics card has its own memory, so it doesn't have to go down the bus lanes and disrupt the CPU that's adding up constantly. It does it itself because it's more resourceful, it's more efficient. So that's what the body does. It stores the sugar in the muscle because it's more efficient. But if you're eating high concentrated fatty foods and then wrapping your muscle with fat round them, how the fuck does the sugar get through that fat? It's so dense. You know, people eat meat, that's fine. If you want to eat meat. But you don't eat a whole cow every day, do you? If a cow was killed, the whole village would eat it for 2 weeks. Then you'd have a little bit of it, not like the amount of crap we eat now. Honestly, the government are successfully killing people with food. They don't need to do anything else. We're all doing it ourselves by opening our mouth and eating crap and then going, oh, so well done. But oh, you haven't walked anywhere today. Sorry, but there are occasions when people put on weight and have health issues and whatever else. Of course there are. And of course there's eating disorders. But most of the population have no conscious understanding of what they're putting in their mouth. And then they believe everything that comes out of a box that wants you to buy their stuff. Pharmaceutical companies, right? Although some of the pharmaceutical companies are life-saving, I'm not saying the people involved then, right? They're there to make profit, and they only make profit off someone who's sick. So you need to put two and two together and realise what's going on here. People need to walk more. People need to take responsibility for what you're fucking eating, right? Anything that's got more than 5 or 6 ingredients on it, leave it on the fucking shelf. And but I could eat something with no sugar in. I'll eat the zero. I'll have the zero Coke instead of the full fat Coke. How about you just don't have the Coke? Don't have the Coke. Full stop. Or if you insist because you like the taste of it, Coke on a Friday and a Saturday like you're having an alcoholic drink because you need to treat it the same. Alcohol, right? I've noticed being menopausal, if I drink alcohol, I'll have hot beer sweats for 24 hours later on one drink because your body stops. It stops processing everything. Your brain doesn't even wash overnight if you drink alcohol. Everything stops. The liver has to process it. You've basically poisoned your body and it gets inflamed. So I've noticed if I have an alcoholic drink, my body will store 4 pounds of water for 24 hours. Without fail. Because it's trying to process the alcohol from the inflammation that it causes and the toxins that build up as it processes it. And if you're constantly bombarding it with it, over time it fucks up, doesn't it? Common sense here. Now we're all guilty of this sort of stuff. We've all done it. I've done it. I hung around with people who drunk constantly, had alcohol poisoning more times in 4 years than I ever did in my entire fucking life. I don't regret it because we had fun. But I have a realisation that I can't live my life like that and it's not good for me. I didn't feel well. I feel well now. So people need to start with what you consume with your mouth. Start getting yourself healthy because if you're not healthy, well and fit, how can you fight corrupt government, a corrupt system, if you can't even stand up and run down the road? Peace, love and light.